And this is the fight where I lose all reputation as a reputable MMA picker. I'm picking Charlie Ontiveros, man. As soon as this matchup was made, I genuinely thought to myself, this is an opportunity for Ontiveros to get a win. Now, who's the better striker in the matchup? Gabriel Benitez. Who's the better grappler in the matchup? Gabriel Benitez. But you've got to kind of look at something like this, Charlie Ontiveros is a crazy fighter, and he throws spinning kicks, he throws spinning back fists, he throws X kicks, he throws everything, and he does have power on the hands. I know recently he lost to Steve Garcia, which is a pretty terrible look. I am pretty aware of that, but he knocked Steve Garcia down twice in the first round, and if he just had a little bit better grappling or a little bit better fight IQ, he probably would have won that fight by knockout. And he's taking on Gabriel Benitez, who I know is a great fighter, I know he's a good fighter, I know he does have a win over Justin James, but at that point he wasn't UFC level. Justin James, I think, got one crazy KO and then went on a losing streak and lost. He had a pretty good fight with Billy Quarantillo, but he got knocked out by David Onama about 5 months ago, and he's been knocked out again by Sadiq Youssef. He's been knocked out 4 times in his career. At 145, he missed weight in his last one. Now he's moving up to 155, and the guy that they're giving him is 6'2" with a 76-inch reach. They're giving him a massive 155er, and I'm very well aware that Charlie Ontiveros, he's lost against some not great competition in his career, and he's beaten some not great competition in his career, but there were glimmers of hope in the Steve Garcia fight. Ontiveros does have KO power, and even up 2 weight classes. I know that was a terrible, a very unfortunate finish, but he gets Kevin Holland. But even at one point, he had Kevin Holland somewhat hurt, which is so crazy. But Ontiveros is such an exciting fighter. I know that he's going to get cut if he loses this one. I think everyone knows that. He only really is in the UFC because he took on Kevin Holland up 2 weight classes on short notice, but he's got the opportunity to beat Gabriel Benitez, and I kind of like it. I kind of like picking the biggest favourite on the card. I don't think I've ever done that before. The biggest underdog on the card, so I don't think I've ever done that before. Unless Kai Kara France was like some crazy underdog against Askar Askarov, and I picked him to win. But I'm picking Charlie Ontiveros. I know, like, a lot of people might watch this and think, like, you're such an idiot, dude. And I'm pretty aware that it could be a dumb pick, but I think there's actually an opportunity here, because Gabriel Benitez is going to be so much smaller, a former featherweight. He's 5'8" compared to Charlie Ontiveros, who's 6'2", 76-inch reach. If Benitez is able to utilize his grappling and get Charlie Ontiveros down, it won't be a very difficult fight for Benitez. But if Ontiveros is able to hurt Benitez early on the feet, then I think he's going to have a lot of success, and I'm going to trust in that. He's going to use his size advantage. He's going to use like the crazy stuff that he throws. Hopefully he doesn't throw too many spinning things and then gets off balance and taken down. But I think Charlie Ontiveros by KO is potentially a pick. Benitez has been knocked out 4 times at featherweight. He's on a somewhat of a slide. Ontiveros, you could say the same thing. Not the most impressive record in the world. Not the most impressive guys he's beaten and lost to, but I've got to do it, man. I've got to pick. I've got to pick Ontiveros. I know it's such a crazy pick. I know it's potentially a dumb one, but he's the biggest underdog on the card. He's got an opportunity to win by KO, and I think I'm gonna jump on that. I think I'm gonna take that pick. I think I'm gonna be picking Ontiveros to win. Call me crazy. Call me whatever you want. I'm picking Ontiveros, and I'm picking him by KO. Benitez has been knocked out 4 times in his career. I believe he's been submitted twice as well. He's been finished 6 times out of 10 losses. Ontiveros does have KO power. I know he's only got like 4 KO wins out of 11 wins on his record, but we saw him knock down Steve Garcia, who doesn't have the greatest chin at 155. Benitez potentially doesn't have the greatest chin at 145. Ontiveros is the pick. Need I say more? Potentially a dumb one. I'm pretty self-aware with that one, but I'm going to pick him. I'm picking him anyway.